Hi guys, happy, what day is it today? Today is Friday, happy Friday. I have a bunch of stuff I want to talk to you guys about. I'm throwing one of my favorite chilies together and I figured I might as well show it, even though I always think everybody knows this stuff. But there might be one person who'll go, hey, that recipe got by me, thanks Anita. So we're gonna start off by browning our turkey meat or chicken meat. You know, I think I got ground chicken meat. It was less in calories and it was less expensive than the turkey. So I thought I would give it a try. And then I'll show you what the rest of the stuff that you get right now. Tomatoes, kidney beans, pinto beans, black beans, a can of corn, taco seasoning, and ranch seasoning. You can get reduced sodium on all these wonderments. People, I know I say it all the time, rinse your beans. I just read another recipe where the lady said, am I supposed to rinse my beans? Yes. That's all gobbledygook in there, you guys. Rinse your beans, please. And now we're just gonna put everything in the crock pot. Chicken or turkey, whichever you choose. In this colander are all 3 cans of my rinsed beans, and I threw the corn in there as well. Oh, I can't wait till this is done. I love it. I measured out my ranch dressing and my taco ranch seasoning and taco seasoning because I have the big containers. Weigh and measure, guys. Let's sprinkle it over. I'm going to do about half. Then I'm going to pour our tomatoes in there. My kitchen's such a mess. Oh, can you see? Can you see? And we're going to put the rest in there. And then I'm going to take my spurtle that is just yet again perfect for this. You know, I'm thinking about just throwing away all my other cooking utensils because I don't even use them. Again, we like a real chili consistency. And after it cooks down the tomatoes and everything, it's just how we like it. But if it's, you know, if you want a soupier soup, put some chicken broth in there. Steve's golfing today and I just have so much I want to talk to you guys about. Let's do it on high today. Okay, let me gather my stuff and we're gonna go in my bedroom and talk, okay? All right. Can you guys hear that music? Okay, I have so much to tell you. This is just a total chit chat from me to my Paddiwackers, to my friends. Some things that are on my mind about the WW, the Weight Watchers. Do you ever watch that beautiful music behind me? I'm gonna let it play because you guys are so good to me. I have so much on my mind. Let's see if I can do this. This music that's playing right now was sent to me by Paddiwacker Paige Lewis. She contacted somebody who made this beautiful Christmas music and asked if I could use it in my videos in the background while I'm doing Cook With Me's and have it on when I'm talking to you guys. And today I am just like overwhelmed with the kindness of you guys, and hang in here and talk and listen with me for just a second, please, okay? Especially if you're tried and true and been here since the beginning. How awesome is that? Okay, so I've also gotten some mail. Davina sent me, Oliver, Steve, and I, this great package of stuff. I haven't taped, I haven't recorded, I mean, I haven't popped it on yet because Thanksgiving, we've just been busy. I got a beautiful Thanksgiving card from Yvonne. And I'm so bad at sharing all the great stuff that you guys send me. And I hope you know, because I do contact you. You guys are awesome. You're so awesome. So yesterday, I don't want to embarrass her. This is not to embarrass her. This is, I'm taking the long way to try to tell you guys some things. Yesterday when Steve and I were coming out from the restaurant where we had our Thanksgiving meal, one of the Paddiwackers was there. And I told you this in my video before. but I need to make something super duper clear. It was the greatest thing in the world, and it wasn't because she recognized us, and it was so cute because she recognized Steve before she recognized me. But the things that she said to me just changed my whole point of view, my whole thinking. Sometimes those of us who are on YouTube, I started this all as a hobby and just for fun. I'm not in it for anything other than that. And I watch other YouTubers and I look at how many subscribers they have and I think to myself, what can I do to get so many subscribers like that? What am I doing wrong that I don't have that many subscribers? And what is that gal doing so right that she has that many subscribers? But then I got touched by Sandra yesterday. And when I say touched, I mean she got to my heart. And you guys are like, oh my God, Anita, you're so dramatic. You know what? I am, but that's who I am because this is so important. I'm going to keep what she said to me on a whole just between she and I, but she basically told me that I motivated her and that she finds me to be upbeat. She said wonderful things to me and it all brought it together for me, and it was just that I know I'm sucking at this. If I never gain another subscriber, what we have and what you guys give me is more than enough. I can't tell you how grateful and thankful I am. Steve and I were talking about it. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but we talked about meeting with Sandra yesterday, and my husband told me, he says, you need to remember that feeling, honey. I was going to say Anita, but he never ever calls me Anita. When he does, it's kind of like, ew, creepy. He says, you need to remember that feeling. Because, I mean, for the next hour, he and I walked around and we're holding hands and we're like, oh my gosh. That was like the kindest thing anybody had ever said to me. It affected me in a way that you guys will never understand. I have horrible self-esteem. I am that person who, instead of focusing on all the positive people in my life, I'm looking at the people over there who were in my life and not in my life anymore, and I'm like, why don't they talk to me anymore? Why don't they like me anymore? What's wrong with me? What's up with that? And she brought it back around for me that I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys, except thank you so much. Thank you so much for making me see things the way that I should see them. Are you guys like that too? When you got people that cut out on you in your life and you're like, what's up with that? And you kind of find yourself Steve was right. I'm going to take the feeling that I had from the words that wonderful woman said to me with the greatest hug and the greatest, it was just a hug. It wasn't just a, hey, nice to meet you. You know, it was like, it was a tried and true, oh my gosh, I care about you so much hug both ways. And how fabulous is that we can have that kind of a meeting and that kind of a heartfelt joy through the internet. How great is that? It was, and I know you know what, why do I care if one of you guys are going, oh, what is wrong with this lady? So she met a person. Yeah, it meant the world to me. It meant so much what she said to me. Now, had she said, hey, Anita, hi, it's Sandra, I'm one of the Paddiwackers, and I'd love watching you, and or I'm a watcher, I watch you on the interwebs, that would have been awesome. But it's what she said. All right, so I'm gonna have to edit the crap out of this because that's just too much about, I just don't even know how to tell you. Here's what I want to talk about with the WW. I have touched on before how this is our journey. This is my journey, it's your journey. Nobody else has anything to do with it unless, of course, you're doing it with your spouse, and that's a whole different Oprah. And last Thanksgiving, I was still in my Weight Watchers where I was all consumed, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it's important. For Thanksgiving, my meal, I had a spinach salad. Well, this year I went in with the thought that I'm not gonna track, which is huge for me because I'm like obsessive. I have to track. I'm not going to track. I'm going to have what I want, but I'm going to be mindful in my eating, and I'm not going to get too full and all of that kind of stuff. Well, I had the best meal ever. I did get too full, but we walked it off. I said, all right, honey, we got to walk. And we just walked Disneyland, Disney California Adventure. We just walked. Well, at 8 o'clock, we went to Trader Sam's, which is a tiki bar over by the Disneyland Hotel. And we never go there because, you know, it's, for one, we don't like to drink down there because it makes us tired, and then driving home is kind of a drag. But I was like, come on, let's do this. We're celebrating our anniversary, which is December 6th. 10 years. You guys, I have never made it 10 years with anybody. My first husband, he left me 3 months before our 10-year anniversary so that he wouldn't have to pay me alimony. Because in California law, if you're married 10 years, you have to pay alimony. So that kind of sucked. He just left me and the kids anyways. And Steve has not been with anybody this long either. So it's a huge milestone for us. And we finally have gotten in that groove. I'm all over the place. Let's go back to what I was talking about. So we went to Trader Sam's, and there was nothing on the menu that was Weight Watcher friendly. And I am not afraid to talk to the wait staff and ask. And so she came over and I said, you know, do you have any access to any chicken at all? Is it possible for you to get it? Because all that was on the menu was pork and a cheeseburger. She said, no, you know, the only chicken I have is the kids' chicken nuggets. And I'm like, ah. She goes, you know, she looked at me. I said, I'm sorry, I'm a Weight Watcher, and, you know, I'm trying to find something friendly for what I eat. And she goes, and this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going, that I'm taking the 29-mile route to get to. She said, she put her hand on my shoulder. She was very sweet. She said, oh, but it's Thanksgiving. And I said, I know, but I already had my Thanksgiving meal for the day. And then she said, oh, but it's Thanksgiving again. Like, you know, if we were have built, let's say we built a car, right? Let's say it took us 2 years to build a car. And then somebody wanted us to smash it into the wall just because it was Thanksgiving. I have no other good way to make sense out of that. And I told her, well, you know, I already had my meal. Oh, but it's Thanksgiving. And I said, no, you know, I would really like to finish out the day with something Weight Watcher friendly. And then she said these words: you're beautiful and you're too hard on yourself. Okay? Now, I've told you guys in the past to not let other people interrupt or interfere in your weight loss program. And this lady, she interfered in mine, and I let her. I'm like, oh! And it's the first time ever. I'm like, well, by gosh, I'm too hard on myself, and I'm beautiful. So bring me a pork sandwich. I had a barbecue pork sandwich. It was the most delicious barbecue pork sandwich I've ever had in my life, and it was probably about 100,000 points. But what I'm trying to get at is that's the first time ever I've let anybody interrupt my weight loss program. And I didn't dig it. Afterwards, I told Steve, I'm like, I've never let anybody have control like that over me and what I eat. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself. What I'm trying to get at is, we hear so many other people say things. You're too hard on yourself. It's only Thanksgiving. Oh, come on. One time isn't going to matter. And while all those things are true, you are the one, I am the one, we are the ones that have to make that final decision, right? Because when we weigh in, or we put on our clothes and we like or we don't like what we see, ultimately we're who's responsible, not some waitress I'm never gonna see again who thinks I'm being too hard on myself when she doesn't even know me. You know? Now, if Steve said, honey, sometimes you're too hard on yourself, I would give it some thought, because he knows me. He sees everything I eat. He sees every decision I make. And this is super long, and I know, but I just, stand your ground, guys. Stand your ground. Do your program. You guys are all rocking it. Don't let one person and one word make you drive your car into the wall. You worked hard on that car. You're under that car working on all those things. I always think of Chicago when he says, I love you, honey, I love you. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Be proud of yourself. Be totally proud of yourself. Be proud of this Sandra yesterday. I'm like, you're not a Weight Watcher, are you? I thought maybe she just she picked up on the Paddiwackers and were so much fun. How can anybody stay away? 25 pounds lost. She lost 25 pounds. 25 pounds is so much. Oh my gosh, I just was like, that's amazing. My friend Kathy, 85, down, back up, and she's like, take pride in all the work that you guys do. Take pride in it. Hold your head up. If you're starting, you're down 1 pound or 3 pounds or 5 pounds, that's 1 pound, 3 pound, 5 pounds, right? Because we all have to start somewhere. When I started, I walked and walked. And you know what? I haven't been walking like I did. And Steve reminded me, he goes, honey, do you remember how you would just kind of disappear and go walking? I was like, oh my gosh, I did, didn't I? He's like, yeah, I'm going to do it again. This video is all over the place. I hope there's one person at least still listening. I want you guys to be proud of yourselves. It's hard at this time of year. It's hard. We got food. We got people are bringing stuff into your offices. If you're working retail, they're bringing it into the break room. There's all that yummy stuff. Make your own choice, you guys. Make your own choice. Stand your ground. Don't let somebody talk you into doing something that you don't want to do. But if you want to do it, track it, and move along. It's all good. It's a good time of year. There's a lot of love in the air. There's a lot of stress in the air. And I just wish I could rent a cabin and have all the Paddywacks come up there, all 35 of us, and we could just sit down at a round table and make a plan and do it together. But you know what? We can't, unfortunately. But we can do it right here, right? Be proud, you guys. Should I post this? Should I not post this? I'm totally grateful, and I'm a lady who wears her heart on her sleeve. And I don't need a gazillion subs to be happy, because what I have in you guys is just the most amazing thing. The love and the messages and the mail and the music. Who does that? Kind-hearted Paddiwackers. That's who does that. And I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for the CD page. From the bottom of my heart. Davina, thank you for my box. Yvonne, thank you for my card. Everybody, thank you for everything. It's the day after Thanksgiving, but I'm thanking you guys now because I just love y'all so much. Go. Go. Get out while you can. Run like the wind. I'm going to hang up now before I think of something else to say.